Vlogmas Day 23, the day of my party. I have good news and I have bad news. First, I want to tell you a little story on what happened with Marketplace, and then I'm going to give you the news about my party. So I have this coat here and I put it up on Marketplace. I put it up for only 60 bucks and I listed it as a fur coat. I was told it was short and beaver, so I put it up. And somebody messaged me and he wanted to come over and he was like, I could be there in an hour. So I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm getting my place ready for the party. So I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever, come over. So the guy comes over and first of all, he was so tall that I opened the door and I was looking straight ahead and I was looking like not even at his chest. And then I literally went like this and then looked up and I was like, oh my God, this is like the tallest person I've ever seen in my life. The guy was literally like 7'5". I have a picture of him, which I'm going to insert here just so that you can see this guy was absolutely huge. And he had like a septum ring right here. You know, that's his style. But anyway, super tall, thin guy. I'm like, oh my God. And this little voice in my head is telling me like, don't say anything about his height because people hate that. So I'm like, don't say anything, don't say anything. So I'm just like, oh, come on in. He comes in and he goes to look at the coat. And I'm telling him, yeah, I bought it in the 80s and it was already in a thrift store. So I think it's much older than that. It's probably like 70s or maybe 60s or 50s. And I really did buy it in the 80s, but he's looking at it and he goes, I think it's synthetic. And I was like, what? I thought this entire time, I've had this coat for so long and I thought it was real. But I looked at the coat, you know, inside, and I saw that actually it's not skin. I thought that was skin in there, but if you look very closely, you see that there's stitches in there, and I realized, oh my God, it's synthetic. And he just said, have a nice day, and like turned around and walked out the door, but he didn't say really much, but I could tell that he was mad that he came down. And then stupid me has a synthetic coat. But I mean, it's not like I was asking 600, so it's not like I was, you know, he wouldn't think that I was scamming him, that I'm like, yeah, I've got this fur coat and I'll sell it to you for 600, and it turns out it's synthetic. But it was just like a really stupid but honest mistake. And anyway, he wasn't happy. So yes, I met the tallest person in Quebec and I managed to piss him off. And then Gunnar looked him up after, and it turned out that he was in a documentary about tall people, and I discovered that he had studied urbanism and he was working to restore some church. So yeah, anyway, he's kind of famous and I pissed him off. So that was the morning as I was getting ready, pissing off the tallest person in Quebec. And then I had my party. So I told you there's good news and there's bad news. I'll give you the good news first. The good news is that my party went super well. I got the whole place cleaned up. I had a beautiful spread and a lot of my friends showed up and it was a really great mix. It was old friends, new friends, friends I've met in different places. It was really cool. Everything went really well. Everybody had a great time. The food was delicious. Gunnar played guitar for everybody and it was really good. I felt very blessed. I was really happy. The bad news is I transferred all my footage from my camera to my drive, and I was editing the footage from the day before, and then when I went to transfer it to my other laptop to render it, because on my main laptop I can't render files for some reason there's something wrong with my editing program. Well, when I transferred my drive, the folder with all the footage from my party disappeared. Like it doesn't exist anymore. I've been having this problem lately with my drives. I don't know what it is, but I lost all the footage from my party. So all I have is a few photos and like really hardly anything. Just the photos that I didn't transfer. But I do want to show you how my place looked because it still looks like it did. I want to show you what I did to fix it up. I got this living room so cleaned up. You wouldn't believe, like it hardly looks like the same room. I just want to show you. Well, there's my beautiful tree, which is again gated because of the rabbits. The rabbits they've already made a new mess. But look, I had it like this, like that chair is spick and span. I moved the wheelchair into the corner, and this was the table where we had our spread. And I had all these beautiful trays, like silver trays, and all these teak wood trays. I mean, this is all that's left right now. Everything else is cleaned up. And I had all these nice things out. I had a charcuterie board with all these meats and cheeses, and I had this onion maple bacon chutney, cedar jelly, and my friends brought like other things like that. And I had them in this beautiful little tray here, silver sort of relish dish. I'm sorry, like the powder is still there from the cake. We had our kastelen from old Europe on here. I mean, really, this was just a beautiful spread with delicious food. The whole room was all perfect. And this whole room was full of people. The rabbit cage, this was moved. I moved this rabbit cage into the bedroom, so this was all opened up and there was no gates and no rabbit cages. Really, it was just beautiful. Like the room was just all perfect clean and it was full of my friends and we had such a good time. And then I lost all my footage. It's okay. I mean, the main thing is that I did have my party and went really well. I'm just disappointed because I just wanted you to meet some of my friends. I'll tell you a bit who was there. Laura the nurse was there, of course. And Denise was there, who you may remember. She was at a protest. I don't know if you remember, but she was at one of the protests during the whole COVID thing. Chloe Bernard was there. She was also in one of my protest videos, and she had run for office at one point under the PPC in Chambly. DK was also there. He's also a very cool person. He has had like a 23-year career in the military. He is now leaving. You can figure out why. Who else was there? Also, like 3 of my friends from when I was really young, Duncan, Tristan, and Lisa were there. Lisa is so much fun, and I hope that I get to make some videos with her in the future. She'd probably really like to do that. You know, Lisa and Duncan and Tristan were in a video a long time ago when I did this video where Anita goes and auditions. They were all in that video. So I guess that's it, you guys. I mean, what can I say? Like, I don't have any footage to show you. It's kind of really discouraging because it's not the first time this has happened. And actually with the video for yesterday, I was suspicious. I didn't trust my drive, and I copied all the files onto my C drive before I took the drive and moved it to my rendering laptop. But somehow I got distracted and I didn't do that for the files from the 23rd, and then poof, they're all gone. I don't understand how this could happen. Maybe somebody can help me. So what happens is I transfer them from my phone onto my computer. They're on the drive. I edit on my laptop, but I can't render on that laptop. So then I take the drive and I move it to my other laptop, the one I had when I was traveling. And then the files are just not there anymore. And it has happened in the past that I did that thing with like repair drive. And when I repaired it, the folders reappeared. That's what happened a couple days ago, or I would have lost those too. But this time it fixed the files for the was the 22nd, but it didn't recover or fix the folder and the files for the 23rd. I have no idea if anybody is a techie out there and you know what this means. And I honestly, I don't even know which computer has the problem. I don't know if it's something on my bigger laptop that is like corrupting them, or I don't know if it's like the smaller laptop. And because of that, now I'm scared to plug in any of the drives that have footage from Europe, because I'm pretty sure that it's going to disappear too, including my Anita videos, which I wouldn't want that to happen. So yeah, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I need a solution. I'm kind of really fed up with my laptops, and I was thinking maybe it's because I buy these secondhand laptops. Maybe it's a really bad, maybe they're both bad. I mean, who knows, right? I was even thinking I should just buy another laptop so this stops happening. But anyway, like stuff happens and it's not the end of the world, but I am not going to work on any of my footage from Europe or my Anita footage because I don't want to lose it, you know? But yeah, stuff happens. But at least my party went super well. I managed to pull it off. I got everything done. And so now I can kind of rest. And I hope that you guys are having a good holiday. Like, I hope that it's not stressful for you and that you have friends and family around you. And, you know, that if you don't, that you have something that you can enjoy. And I really hope that if you're alone, that this community that we're sort of creating here is bringing you some comfort and some company, because there are people there who tell me like they're shut-ins, or they're chronically ill, or they just, for whatever reason, they're not really getting a lot of social contact, and that they really appreciate doing like what me doing the videos, and then being able to be there for the premiere and the chat. And that's why I always post it as a premiere, so we can always have a chat. Because yeah, like I know that you guys are out there and I really do care, and I'm happy if I can help, you know. So thanks for sharing that with me, is because it just gives even more meaning to what I'm doing, because I think people think that I'm crazy making videos every day about my crazy life, and so many people have been like, why are you doing that, like who cares, what? But it's like, well, no, there's something happening here, you know. We have this community thing going, and I think that there's a reason why I'm doing it. And you know, I have a lot of energy and motivation for it, and I feel like when I have that momentum, it's because it's from God. So God wants me to do vlogmas in spite of these problems. Maybe God didn't want me to post the footage from my party, so that's okay too. But I think God wants me to do what I'm doing here, and he wants us to be doing this together, and that's why it's blessed. That's why we're so happy doing it. We're happy seeing each other, and we're all getting something out of it, you know? And I have the energy for it, in spite of all the problems that I have that I've told you about with like my pain and fatigue. I do have the energy to make the videos. Yeah, like as opposed to when I did the politics ones and I felt like it was grueling. So I feel like it's blessed, you know, so I'm going to keep doing it, I guess, till Vlogmas ends. And then I'm just going to keep making videos about, I think, life more than news, although the news might come into the picture. But I'm kind of really enjoying doing this kind of stuff with you guys. Oh, Gunner's playing music, so I guess that's my outro music. So again, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas, or a happy holiday. And yeah, like may God's peace be with you. I pray for you to have his peace and his joy. And thanks for joining me in the chat. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow.